Hi, my name's Madeline, and today I'll be showing you how to make avocado toast. So the information that I have for you today is about avocados. 1 cup of an avocado is about 10 grams of fiber. Fiber intake for adults should be around 25 to 30 grams from food a day. Although fiber intake for adults averages about 15 grams a day, so this recipe can easily increase your fiber intake for the day. A fun fact about avocados is that they actually contain more potassium than bananas do. Today's ingredients will include multi-grain bread slices, 1 cup of garbanzo beans or chickpeas, 1/2 of a ripe avocado, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and an optional ingredient is crushed red pepper flakes. To kick off this recipe, you're going to open up the garbanzo beans and then strain them. I strained mine over a sink using a colander, and the next thing is you're going to wash them. You're going to wash them until all that foam that you see is gone. The next thing I did here was just measure out a cup of those garbanzo beans. Since 1 can of garbanzo beans was over a cup, I saved the rest of mine for the next time I made this recipe. Now I'm going to prepare that avocado. I cut it in half since we're only using that 1/2 of the avocado. And you can save the other half. I usually put mine in the fridge with a little bit of lemon juice, and that helps preserve it a little bit. And you can save that other half for another recipe that you have or the next time that you make avocado toast. So this recipe consists of mashing the avocado and the garbanzo beans together. This is what creates that extra little protein boost that this recipe has, is adding those garbanzo beans to the avocado mash. You're going to want to mash this until it reaches the desired consistency. I just mashed mine until it seemed like there weren't any more chunks of garbanzo beans left. This was the consistency that I thought was best for spreading onto toast, but feel free to stop before this or keep mashing. You want to make this recipe your own to really enjoy it. The next thing that I did here was add the garlic powder and the crushed red pepper. I added the crushed red pepper simply for the demonstration purpose. And when I tried it at the end, I did really enjoy the extra little spicy kick that it had, but if you're not into any spice or anything like that, then you're going to want to forego adding those to this recipe. I just mixed those 2 ingredients in until I felt like they were well combined. Something to consider is stopping here and using this recipe as an appetizer dip. Here's me dipping a pita chip in, and you can enjoy it this way as well. If you are going to enjoy this recipe as toast, the next thing to do is to get those bread slices ready for toast. Here's me just adding it to my toaster and setting it to my desired crispiness and placing those in to toast. When that toast is done, you're going to prepare a plate and get your ingredients out to spread. The final step in this recipe is adding that mash to the toast. Feel free to go as heavy or as light as you'd like with that mash. And I did have some left over at the end, even though I did go a little heavy. So I just put mine in a tightly closed Tupperware container and I put that in the fridge. And it was nice to have the next day as well. Because this recipe has a lot of fiber, please pair it with something hydrating like iced tea or lemon water. And then feel free to make it as personal as you'd like, play around with the texture and the flavor of the recipe, and really make it your own because that is going to be the best way to enjoy it.